Good afternoon and welcome to Coppercoin's Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E508. A 1956D plastic tubed roll. How is everybody doing today? It looks like we've got Kelly Bruce in the house, or Carrie Bruce. How much does this cost? These spots were $2.75 a piece. And you need to register at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com with your YouTube name, email address, and your real name, so we can send you invoices. How are you today, Noob Coin Nerd? What is your normal name, or is it Noob? I'm not sure. They still haven't fixed the names yet on our feed, so sometimes it's difficult for me to remember who's who. But I figured I'd get this in while I can sit down. Back is healing. Had a job I had to get done for my house so they could close a permit out. And I'm no youngster anymore, so it takes me a week to recover. Dan, all right. DW, how's the eye doing? We'll go ahead and empty these. We'll be doing tonight a Tails roll from Pittsburgh branch of the Fed Reserve of Cleveland. A 1987D, a 1970S, and then a 1960D small date plastic tubed roll. And Chuck, let me see, his list is, I want to say 44P, 46D. I can't remember the other ones, but let me get to it. 48S, 61D, and 64P. That is his rolls for the week. Eye is not great, but on stronger meds. All right. All right, got you on a little bit of antibiotics. Well, you're into eyes anyway, so you probably have an in on that kind of stuff. So do it while you can. Like I say, I know 2 people now that have gotten letters from their bank. And the one bank actually told them that they're going to be rounding up and down their transactions to the nearest nickel starting January 1st. So that's amazing that the banks are going to be doing that. So yeah, get them while you can. I'm trying to get some while I can too. But let's get started with the first coin on this roll for Carl. Later die state, nice looking coin. Yeah, possibly. I'm going to hold it out to look at it. I'm not buying into it. I see a little bit right here and right here, but that could be an illusion. So you don't see the upper like that. I think that's die deterioration on the upper. Yeah, I'm not even gonna entertain the offer. We'll look at the first 10 reverses on these. Nanostacks, how are you today? Kevin Hawthorne, welcome to the show. Little die chip on the T. There is no shortage, but you know, they don't want to make more, and I'm sure that what's going on right now is the Fed Reserve is telling the mint they need more. And when that happens, the mint is obligated to make them. All right, this right here, I do not believe this is a broken, or I do believe this is a broken punch. That it might be listed. You can see right here and right here. I'm going to open it up and see if I can see it listed in our listings, but these aren't listed anymore with the little triple on the bottom because they are a broken punch. It won't be in the first 20. If we get them with the 3, they got to have an upper serif. Nothing in late dye state that I've come across so far. Really? Maybe? Nope. On this one, I will hold it out and try and match it up, though. To give it a little bit of a extra look. I am not seeing it. And also, I see no upper serif on it. And that's it. Do I see this? There's the serif there. Nope, not there. Yep, not here, but I'm going to hold this aside. I don't think it's anything. I think it's a broken punch. Rhonda, welcome. Making applesauce. Ooh, that sounds good. We used to do that. My folks used to go every year to the apple orchard, and we would do applesauce. And they'd make apple pie and all sorts of stuff. Apple bread. By the time Thanksgiving came, I wanted nothing to do with apples. That is not a doubled eyelid. It's not in the right direction. Could be an lower eyelid to the north. Let me see if we've got any. So you got right there, and then you got right there. So let me see if we got anything like that. Not that. Not that die state, so let's look. The mint mark, not the same. All right, gonna have to put this aside. Oh, let me look at the eyelid one more time. And we will check it out. This coin, I gotta find places for everything. Yeah, it's something to do with bot accounts, from what I understand, and they're working on it. But supposedly it was fixed a couple days ago, and then they went right back to it. So obviously what they said they fixed, they didn't fix. It is kind of irritating because a lot of people don't have the same name for their handle that they do for their login or their account name. Coin number 5. This is the same as coin number 1, I think. Let me find something on coin number 1. I might hold that out just to look. It is. All right, so I'm going to put these two together. That is a slight possibility. I seem to remember that could be listed in old listings. Ron AZ, welcome. Ken of mine, welcome to the show. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It's beautiful here, sunny and 85 degrees. A little bit lower humidity. Back is feeling a little bit better. I had to put some of these off because my back just wasn't having it. Gotta get these in the right spot. Can't get warm. Eric, well, it's probably cold up where you're at. You're like in the Great White North almost. Hit on the mint mark on this example. It is, they're doing it's certain channels at a time. I know that of 2 or 3 channels that have it where it's working now. Copper Coins was working, and then it went back. Let me look at this. This is one of the ones that has that little split serif. 52 drizzling and rain. It got down to 68. I had to put pajama pants on last night because it got cold here. It was 68 degrees. And I know that's not cold for most of you, but that's cold here. When the air conditioner don't run for 12 hours and your house gets cold, it gets cold. My little helper is here. Let me let her in. Oh. Come on, hurry it up. Yeah, I only have limited amount of time I can spend in this chair. And my back gets real sore. It's not sore unless I sit basically in this chair or the chairs in my dining room. Next coin, ant. Wow. That used to, when I lived in Michigan, that used to kind of be a badge of honor. See who stayed long enough to not put their heat on until December. And then I started getting old, and I started turning it on. Don't miss those days. I was going to do the snowbird thing when we moved down here. My wife moved down here for work, and so we moved here, and I was going to do the snowbird thing. And that lasted exactly 13 days. And I was like, nope. I went up to Michigan. It was 104 degrees. The power went out for 13 days. And I said, I can be hot at home with AC and a pool. So I'm going home, and I put the house up for sale. And that was it. Well, the wood stove, heck, it's got to be like way cooler for the wood stove. A fireplace, when I had a fireplace, I used to light the fireplace when it was in the 50s because it didn't heat the house up that much. I don't know, Carrie. That is something that Chuck takes care of. Did you send email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Here, I'll type it in the chat. I moved in 2014, Rhonda. 2014, and they had a brutal summer, 2 years in a row there. Yeah, that we leave our we didn't when we first moved here. We were like, we're gonna turn the AC. It doesn't cost that much to run the AC, and we leave the AC on all winter. We open the windows when it gets real cool outside, and the AC won't turn on. And then when you shut the windows, it gets up and then it turns on. So yeah, 57D also, and we did get a doubled eyelid. Possible doubled eyelid. And the difference in this one is if it is a doubled eyelid, it would be a lower eyelid to the north, which is kind of different. So far, nothing extremely exciting. We do have a reveal sale today. I'm doing a Tails roll from the Pittsburgh branch. I'm thinking it's between 61 and 64, I think. But I'm not sure what it is because I got 10 rolls and they're all Tails. There was nothing that wasn't in. I don't like to spoil the surprise. So there's one that we were talking about, Eric. I'm questioning whether this is a die scratch. That's like a gouge because you can see it kind of goes the same way as some of these scratches. But if it is a doubled eyelid, it would be a doubled eyelid north because it's going the wrong direction. You know, I think this is listed somewhere. It just seems to me I remember that little squirrely mark in the temple. And then Chuck's doing a 44P, 46D, 48S, 61D, and 64P are the rolls he's selling tonight. I'm going to get done with this and go hit the bed again, maybe take a hot shower, trying to get this back to where I can sit for about a half hour in this chair, and then I have a hard time getting up because my back hurts so bad. 53D, how'd this get in there? I mean, look at that. Make sure the next one's 56D, I think. Yeah. Someone slipped it in. Looking into IT band. Oh yeah. No, I just overdid it, Eric. I got 5 levels fused together in my spine. And I moved 2 yards of dirt and leveled it all out and planted grass seed and then put hay on top of it and all this other stuff. And it wasn't something that I should have been doing, but it cost if I would have let the septic company do it, it was going to be $2,500 extra. And I figured I could take a few days of pain for $2,500. Might have been a mistake, but right now I'm not thinking it's a mistake. As long as it gets better, we'll be good. Coin number 20. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to try and take a couple shorter walks just to get my core moving a little bit. And that's always been my best pain medication outside of pain medication, and that was why I didn't do this reveal yesterday, is I actually took pain medication, and I rarely go there. I don't like the way I feel on it. All right. Said it didn't go through. Well, you got to make sure you typed it just as I've got it typed in there. Don't forget the S's. Yeah. I didn't get the cage. I got the pedicular instrumentation, which is the fulcrums in the bars. That's right. In walking, like I said, walking is, while it hurts when you first start, it seems like after a few weeks, just that little motion and stuff like that really helps. And I know that the one physiatrist or physical therapy doctor I went to, he didn't want me to do treadmill, anything. This is a broken punch. He said treadmills don't count because you don't get the same impact. And you have what are like micro muscles that don't get, I mean, it's better than nothing. But he says if you have the opportunity to walk, a regular walk, do that, because like old people, you see their ears stretching down to their shoulder blades. A lot of that is because they don't move. You've got little muscles in your ear that when you walk, your ear bounces up and down, and there's little muscles in there that get worked out. Yeah, and that was one of the first things that they did for restrictions with me. Was I was on a 20-minute sit-stand lay rule. I had to change directions every 20 minutes, and that actually helps. This is a little different. I see die clashes. Let's see if this is the same die. It is. So this has a die clash on it where the other examples don't. I'm not sure what a saunter is. Are you talking about a sauna? I used to like the hot tub, but we don't have a hot tub. You did hear Clash. You did hear Clash. Not a very big one, but it is there. But yet it's not there on the other examples. Walk like the Duke. Yeah, or Walter Brennan. Walk like Walter Brennan. That's how I actually walked after my first back surgery. I did kind of look like Walter Brennan. Coin 28 or 27? 27. So tomorrow I'll be doing the 49D for sure. I'm going to try to do both of them. I might do them a few hours apart so I can change directions. It might be. I'm not sure, kin of mine. I had never heard such a thing, and when he told me, I mean, it makes sense. And I was looking at these old people that I knew, and they literally did nothing but sit in a chair all day. They would walk from their bed to the chair and to the bathroom, and that was it. And gravity always keeps pulling. And I'm sure it happens no matter what. Kind of, oh, all right, is a kind of walk. Yeah. That is terrible. You'll have to join tonight. I can't because I don't have access to the email. That's something that Chuck has to do, and so join us at 7 p.m. Eastern. Keep trying to send that email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Got a little of the rolling machine wax on this one. Yeah. Yep. You just keep up the hard work, Dan. You getting used to your arm back yet? Or they just put a little port in and then you're done. You can do it yourself after the port, and then the nurse comes once a week and changes the port. That does it to me. I get weather change. Well, just keep up the hard work, Dan. That's all you can do. Coin 32, sissy. There's the Clash. This is a different die. It just happens to have that little notch, which I don't believe is an RPM. I believe it is a broken punch. But I'll check it out further. There's another one of them. Got the little die chip in the 9. Have you done any coin hunts since your eyes have been bugging you, Dirty Water? You are, Dan. You need to get some sleep. Ooh, we got Totona. It's the ender, that's why. It is. It is very, very difficult. I sleep in a couple hours here and there. And I get up and watch TV in the middle of the night, and then I go back to bed. But it's become a routine with me, so I do sleep in the middle of the day also usually. I know we go to coin shows and stuff, and everybody says, well, I'll share a room with you. And it's like, you don't want to share a room with me. I'm up all night long. And I'm sure when I am sleeping, I'm snoring and doing all sorts of other noises. So, but usually I get up in the middle of the night, watch TV for a couple hours, maybe have a cup of coffee. So you don't want to sleep in the same room with me. Oh yeah, I always tell my wife, she says, man, the aches and pains are getting so bad as we get old. And I says, yeah, it's better than the alternative. And they are a lot worse, and you don't heal like you did, and everything hurts. Weather changes, you know it. Next coin for Stan. Same die pairs now coming up. Getting repeaters through the whole roll. Right? Yeah, that's the other problem, Dan. Yeah, I get it. Uh, but I also got to wake up and get out of bed and just move around a little bit. Narrow fibromyalgia. Ooh, that's terrible. Sounds terrible. It sounds like you got. Would that be like the linings are fibrous and so you get pain from the nerve not moving through? That's right. No jumping off anything. Uh, my grandkids, when we were younger, we used to take them on vacation, and it always used to be a big thing for Poppy to do a cannonball. And they visited a couple years ago, and they're like, "Do a cannonball, Poppy," and I was like, "You got to be joking! Uh, you'll be taking me to the hospital if I do a cannonball." We used to do it when we were kids, and it's like, well, you're still kids, and I can't do it anymore. 43. Jim Fletcher. Tumors inside. Oh, all right. On the central nerve. All right. That could be the same one. Let me see. That is different. So we'll hold this one out. You see a little bit of a doubled eyelid right there. As Eric said, the year of the doubled eyelid, he's not wrong. Yeah, golden years, right? That when people say 60's the new 30, and it's like, I never felt like this when I was 30. And there's another one of them. Yeah, I never felt like that when I was 30, and I got my injury. I was 30, so I had the injury then, and I healed up a little bit. But I always had bad back after that. But now, it gets bad for the darndest reasons. I look across, I like give my dog the side eye, and I throw my back out, and then I'm in bed for 2 days. Or, you have that sneeze that you weren't prepared for. 50s is the new 80s. There you go. That 49, it goes downhill fast after 55. I'm going to say that. Because I did pretty good. I had a lot of pain and stuff like that. But it was pain that, I expected it. I had an injury, and I had surgery, and, no matter what they say, and they say, oh, you're going to be as good as new. You're not as good as new because you're broken. But I was always positive, and that's all you can be, is make the best out of what you got, because it can always be worse. There's another one of those. You got the little straight die, north-south die scratches. So 3 of those in the last 5 coins. 106. I have no problem living into my... Wow, there's more than 52 coins here. So we're going to give Sissy one of these 56Ds. I got to find her coin, because it looks like we're having couple extras in this roll. And she ended up getting a 50. We got 2 extras. So let me Find Sissy's coin in here. We'll give her an extra, and then the coin number 50 will get an extra. You know, I get them, Rhonda, but I don't take them because I don't like the way they make me feel. I like yesterday. I had to take one. I couldn't function. It was like seething pain, and I took one. But I get them, and they give me very few of them. But they want me to have them in case I need them because it's something you just can't call the doctor and say, hey, I'm in pain. I need pain medication. They don't do that anymore. So they have to give it to you before the fact if they're going to give it to you, if they think you need it. I agree. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. Coin 50. Sissy. Oh, Sissy gets 2 of the 2s. 2 doubles. This should be, no, different one. Yeah, to me, like I say, walking, I take turmeric, ibuprofen, very rarely ibuprofen, but turmeric I take every day, and I do find that it helps, except in situations like this. But for like general arthritic pain that you have every day, after a week or so, it does work. Yeah, well, you got to be careful with ibuprofen. It'll affect your kidneys. So I only take stuff like that. Like I took that yesterday when I went to bed. Helped me sleep. I might have taken it 10 times this year, and I only take 200 milligrams when I take it. So there you go. There you go. I've been doing this. Walmart sells this black cherry energy drink. It's not energy drink, though. It's this caffeine. And it's literally a cup of coffee, but it's got a lot of vitamin B in it also. Gabapentin. I took that when I first had my injury. They gave me that for nerve pain. And I didn't like that at all. But that's tough. That can be tough stuff, too. But it works. It works. It's the same as that Lyrica, I think. It's a different drug, but it's the same families. So... But anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining. I hope everybody joins us tonight for the reveal sale. I will have the 49D roll. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right here. Tomorrow, might do it early in the morning. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to get both done tomorrow. The 60D I owe you guys too. I can imagine I should feel better than I feel today. So we're going to give it a shot. Anyways, I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for joining. We'll see you in the neighborhood.